Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking toners, and the very best skincare toners that are on the market. These are my holy grail, ride or die favourites that I've been enjoying at the moment. But of course, I would love to know what your current favourite toners are, so leave them in the comment section below. The reason for sitting down and filming this video is I did a recent video on the skincare that I no longer use. I'm going to leave a link to that video up there. And in that video, I said I've actually cut back on the number of toners that I use, preferring to use just one in each skincare routine rather than layering multiple toners one after the other. This, I said, is because I've found some really great ones that deliver so many great benefits, but I like to vary the textures throughout my skincare routine to just keep it interesting and keep it fresh. However, a lot of you reached out and said, I hope you're not anti-toner, and I absolutely am not. And I've got some really great ones that I want to share with you today. So sit back, relax, and let's talk the very best toners. Now, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because I've actually got so many products I want to share with you because I have a lot of different toners that I tend to match to what my skin needs on that specific day. On the days when my skin is super oily, the oil level is just going to hyper overdrive, particularly in summer, I reach for this. This is the Isntree Green Tea Fresh Toner. I know this is a cult favourite holy grail for so many of you out there, and it won't come as a surprise to many that watch this channel regularly that I've included this in today's video. It's fantastic at just adding an extra element of mattifying to the routine, stripping out some of that excess oil that we've produced overnight, and if you keep it in the fridge, it feels so good on the skin. It's got some added antioxidant benefits in there as well with that green tea, which I absolutely love. And one of my top tips and hacks for this is if you're using like an LED mask, which is one of my ways of relaxing, and I'm loving mine at the moment, I put a layer of this on my skin, put my LED mask on, and honestly, I take that mask off and my skin just feels stunning. So smooth, so plump, so dewy. It's just absolutely fantastic. So yes, whilst I don't use this every single day, I definitely use it alongside my LED mask and on those days where I'm super oily. Should we kind of keep with Korea? That's a Korean brand. Let's keep with some other fantastic Korean toners because, let's be honest, Korea, I think, leads the market when it comes to essences and toners. And this is technically an essence, but I do use them interchangeably because there's not a whole lot of difference between the two. And this is the beauty of Yosen Ginseng Essence Water. I love this because it hydrates me to the gods, but doesn't leave me feeling sticky, tacky, or like I've got too much layers on the skin. Sometimes with hydrating toners, it can almost feel a little bit too much. You don't get that with this, and I absolutely love it. Ginseng is a great ingredient because it's fermented. It will add some extra hydration. Fermented ingredients are fantastic at dialing up the levels of hydration in the skin. I also find this super calming and soothing. Like with the Isntree one, you can keep it in the fridge if you want that extra calmness and that extra cooling and refreshing on the morning. And I find if you do that, this is a really great one for just taking away any puffiness that's in the skin. If you wake up and feel like you've got some water retention, a little bit of puffiness going on, honestly, just wipe an ice cold version of this over your skin and it just gets rid of all of that, tightens everything up and gives you a really instant fix to any puffiness and inflammation. I've got one more recommendation from Korea, and that is the COSRX Seeker Toner. This is like hydration, moisturizing powerhouse. So if I take these two, I'd say that the Isntree Green Tea is great for oily skin. People that don't need any more hydration, you're looking to take some of the oil away from the skin, this is your holy grail fix. The ginseng, I'd say, is just applicable to everyone. Light hydration, but nothing, too significant. If you have super dry dehydrated skin, then the Seeker Toner by COSRX is fantastic. Dials up the hydration, calms, soothes, just makes everything feel really gorgeous on the skin. You can use either of these three that I've mentioned as a balancing step. So after you've cleansed and exfoliated, to reset the pH of the skin, you can use any of these three that I've mentioned because they're pH balanced to your skin's natural pH state. So it just gets everything ready to receive your serums afterwards. Whichever you use of these three, your skin will love you forever. But it is definitely worth noting that each one works for different skin types, so pick the right one accordingly. Now, I said earlier in the video, I don't like to layer toners. I think the skin just has a natural capacity for the amount of liquid it can actually absorb. I think once you've layered multiples, they're probably not as effective as if you just mix up the textures in your skincare routine. I like to do a jelly cleanser, followed by a gorgeous refreshing toner, then some great serums, and some gorgeous creams. It just keeps everything interesting. However, there is one exception I'll make. On those days where I feel my skin is a little bit congested, maybe I just need something to dial up the exfoliation, I reach for this, which is the Glycolaxyl Solution, which is an exfoliating toner by Face Theory. I love this product. It's probably my absolute favourite from Face Theory at the moment. I use this straight after my cleanser to just really get into those pores and do a deep cleanse. This exfoliant will get rid of all of the dirt, debris, blackheads if you use it on a regular basis. It combines salicylic acid to get into the pores with glycolic acid, which does a great surface robust exfoliation, and also some lactic acid to exfoliate and hydrate at the same time. It's kind of my favorite exfoliator. I will always follow this with one of the other 3 toners that I've just mentioned, usually the Isntree if I'm still a little oily, or the Seeker toner if I want to replenish and bring back the hydration. The reason I do that is what I said earlier about balancing and just bringing the pH back to where you want it to be so you can add the rest of your serums. So this is the one exception I would make to layering my toners, but I class it more as an exfoliator than strictly a toner, and that's how I kind of justify that little bit of a variation in what I said earlier. I'm going to call out this, the Geek and Gorgeous Liquid Hydration. You guys knew, you knew this was coming. Leave a comment below if you knew this was coming. This is one of my favourite hydrating toners from Europe. I'd say it's on a par with the Beauty of Yos and Ginseng if you kind of want a hydration comparison. It's not the most hydrating out there, but it's just a works for every skin type kind of product. You can use multiple layers if you want to dial up that hydration, and it's got panthenol and amino acids in here, which are going to calm, soothe, help the body to naturally hydrate, and just does all the good stuff you'd expect from a really effective toner. Now, before I close the video, I want to give a couple of shout outs. The Make Prem Safe Relief Toner, so good. Ceramides, it's got panthenol in there, it's got some antioxidants, it's just got a hydration overload. Such great toner. The reason I didn't include it in today's video as the main batch is I haven't actually used it for a while because I've been experimenting with some other ones, but I have some great experiences with that, and so I will be repurchasing it once I've got through some of the toners I've got today. I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings on that product or any of them, so sound off in the comments section below. I'm also going to give an honourable mention to this. This is the V-Green alcohol-free Nature Mucin Toner. Now, you guys have seen me mention this before. This is a really great vegan alternative to the snail secretion, snail mucin toners that are really popular in Korea. I don't actually use a snail mucin, snail secretion toner. I just don't like the sliminess. And whilst I don't reach for this every day, if I do want, if I think, actually, I'm missing out. Someone mentions how good snail mucin is, and I think I'm missing out. I do reach for this because this is a snail-free vegan alternative. It's not slimy. It doesn't feel too snaily on the skin, which I kind of like. And so I would definitely recommend that if you're looking for a vegan alternative to the ones on the market. But this isn't one I reach for every single day, but for that special treat, it's nice to have in the collection. So there you have it, guys. A toner for every single day of the week. I would honestly so support you guys just mixing up your toners and using what your skin needs on that day. Wake up, listen to your skin before you even turn on your phone or look at the time. Think, what is my skin doing? Am I oily? Am I sensitive? What does my skin need? And I'd say it's a really great way of matching your toner to your skin types just to get some extra benefit on the day. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care.